Here are some scenarios that I have found myself in personally during some networking events that I thought would be good for training. First, I reconnected with someone after a few years of seeing each other, and the first words out of his mouth to me was, "I need you to get me into restaurants." I usually walk away when that happens, but since it had been so long since I've seen him, I scheduled a meeting, and then after all of that, he stood me up. Time is money. If you schedule a relationship building session or an RBS or one-to-one with someone, show up or give advance notice to reschedule. Also, when you meet with someone, worry more about what you can do for them as opposed to what you need them to do for you. If that person values the relationship once it's built, then he or she should be more than willing to reciprocate. Then you get what you want and need either way. Another time, I walked into a networking event. I had a water in one hand with some utensils and a plate of food in the other. As soon as I got through the door, I had a business card shoved in my face. I made it known to this person my hands were full and I needed to put my stuff down first. And the person insisted on tucking their business card under my plate between my hand and my plate. I did walk away and avoided that person for the rest of the event. Trust me, you do not need to be in someone's face to get their attention. There is no need to sit by the entrance or the exit and force people to take your business card. Approach them, listen to them, schedule a one-to-one or a sidebar or a relationship building session to learn more about them. Remember, professionalism is more than how we dress. Another time, after I gave my infomercial or my sales pitch, my elevator pitch, I was approached rather aggressively saying this person needed me to get them in with all of our one members for business coaching. While talking to me, he was about 3 inches from my face. It even made me uncomfortable, and I'm not the type to get uncomfortable. But to make things worse, his breath was horrible. So if you approach someone and immediately tell them what they need to do for you, you will not earn their trust, their business, or their referrals. And if you are in someone's face, please ensure you do not have dragon breath. Then on the way out of an event, someone asked, "Can we trade business cards?" I said, "Sure." I gave him my card and he gave me a small stack of his. Giving someone a business card is fine, especially when they ask for it. However, if they ask you for a card and you give them a stack of cards in return, don't expect a good reaction. Do you really expect them to distribute your cards? Most likely, they will be thrown away. Train yourselves to focus on asking for their card first. Ask what they do and how you can help them. In return, they should ask for your card. Don't try to make them your sales team just yet. Let them learn about you as you are trying to learn about them. Next, a member of a networking organization visited another meeting under the same umbrella. For example, it might have been a Rotary meeting or a B&I meeting or a one meeting or a chamber meeting. The visitor visited, although the seat in that chapter was filled by the current member as opposed to the person that was visiting. And a lot of organizations kind of restrict that, but the one is totally fine with it. So knowing that somebody that was a conflict was a member, the visitor stood up and made it known to the whole group that he did exactly the same thing as the seat holder and offered just as much, and to come see him instead. If this happened in the one, we would urge members to build relationships with all members, yes, of course. But to blatantly step on toes publicly during sales team training or a member minute is against pretty much everybody's code of ethics and membership guidelines. So when you visit another chapter or any organization, know your audience. If you are there as a guest and your position conflicts with a member of that group, please keep that in mind. There is a reason why members go first with their infomercials. If you trample all over the members' toes, don't expect to get much return from that visit. Instead, focus on what you do that they might not. Focus on collaboration. Have more one-to-ones or relationship building sessions with those members who hold the same seat as you in other chapters, and your experience will be a lot more rewarding. I promise. A member submitted an application to a chapter and was told by a member of another chapter who was visiting, don't turn that in yet until you visit our chapter because our chapter is better. Well, in the one, we don't play that game, period. We do not try to cannibalize members or potential members from other one groups. In fact, we may ask a member of another organization to come join us. However, we never ask them to resign their memberships just to join us. If they wish to do both, that's great. But to pick one over the other is completely up to them without coercion from us. Basically, we support all networking. No one knows what a business needs except for that business owner. So it's not our job as an organization to tell them what they need and to tell them they need us more than anybody else. If they want multiple chapters, multiple memberships, then so be it. We should support them as being a local business.